What's up everybody, Kill423 here from EpicConsole.com, and today I'm bringing you a Slim Prototype install tutorial for the Trinity edition. There are different versions in which you can pick for the Slim Prototype. If you are eligible to buy it, you have to have a VIP shopping account with X consoles and VGCs or whatever for now, but eventually this is going to get finalized and put out as an actual product. Right now it's in beta testing. We're going to open it up here. And there is of course the serial checker on there, so you can punch that into Xecuter serial checker and make sure it's genuine. I'm sure it is, being it's a prototype. Within the kit, again, this is the Trinity kit. There's also the Corona kit, and so you got to know what you need before you order it. In the kit, you got the Slim Post QSB version 3. It's a redesign of the old one. Plus, they added in the different post wire lengths. So we got the version 3 QSB. Set that aside. You also got the varying capacitors that you add to your prototype chip for fine tuning. There's several in there. You've got your wires for your install, which the last one I did I had a little bit of difficulty with. The wires weren't long enough. I had to come up with my own wire. They would have been long enough had I been using the topside QSB, but I wasn't, and I'm not in this video either, so if there was a better place to place the chip other than right in here, the wires would have been long enough. But alright, we have our Slim Prototype chip here. This is Slim Proto on it. It's kind of similar to the Cool Runner Pro. You got your right here is where you'd be soldering your caps to for fine tuning, and then your solder pads along the side. It's got the oscillator here, different dip settings. These vary on the console type that you're working on. So if you're working on a Corona, you'd have to flip. I can't remember right offhand. We'll get to it later, but either 7 or 8 turns on the oscillator. I think it's 8. And then your sticky pad, which is going to stick the chip in its final resting place. I'll go ahead and stick the sticky pad on it right away. You know, I just realized I missed a part. We also have this QSB, which you add to the Slim Proto chip. It fits over the solder points. This is only to be used if you're updating the firmware. That's why it's not attached right offhand. Because you should never write anything to this unless Xecuter says so. Plus, if you leave it off, it makes it a little bit easier to hook it up and use a radar system. Just saying. But I'm going to go ahead and stick this thing down. Me, I like to put it right where the old Cool Runner sat. Just kind of bring it right down in here, just like we used to do with the Cool Runner. You just got to be a little bit more mindful because it's a wider chip, so the ground is like right close to the hole for the hard drive caddy. So you got to really cock that wire off to the side right away so it's not getting in the way of the hard drive caddy. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is prep all the pads. I already got my soldering iron all warmed up, 349 degrees. Like I usually say, that's a bit warm, but I like to solder hot. We're just going to add a little bit of solder to these pads. Use flux if you want. Normally I'd recommend it, but this time for prepping the pad I'm just going to go ahead and slap the solder on. You want to be a little bit heavy on the 5-volt and ground because they're slightly bigger wires. Get our wires all unbundled here. And find out if I'm going to even be able to use them. Might occasionally hear a little voice in the background. It'd be Kill Jr. He's back in his room playing video games on his RGH1 console. Pardon me. Sorry about the delay here. I had a hard time getting that package of wires open. So I'll put a little flux on the ground since I didn't use any when I prepped the pad. I'll put it on now. I'm going to go ahead and attach our ground wire. And I'm going to go ahead and stick the hot wire on as well right away. Alright. Got both of them soldered on. I'll widen out so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Your ground wire, normally I just go right to this leg on the audio video terminal. But being that I gotta work my way around the hole here, I'm gonna actually bring it over here to this side of the audio video terminal. It just gets it right out of the way. Again, like I said, I just go right to the leg. And what we're gonna do here is just come in and put a little bit of flux on there. Bring our iron in. Get a nice bead of solder on there. And I'll take our wire. I'm going to slightly bend the tip here. Oh, damn it. Trying to use my Q-tips. I don't know why. Or Q-tips. What the hell? Tweezers. Just solder that ground right there. Just like so. Now, as you can see, that gets it out of the way of the hole here. So that it won't interfere with your hard drive bezel or hard drive caddy. Now the next thing we're going to do is come right over here to your NAND pinout, well, one of the NAND pinouts, and we're going to this very bottom solder pad, number 13. This is on J2C3. Everything's upside down for you guys. Put a little bit of flex on there. And add some solder into the hole. Bring our hot wire in. There it is, all soldered in place. Widen out again here. I like to probably wait to do that until I get the rest of the wires on, but once I get the rest of the wires on, I'll actually tuck this up against the edge, run it right along the edge. Alright, next we got C and D. I'm going to attach these right now and stuff them through the hole, but we'll come back to them. Give me just a second. Apply a little bit of flux, just a little bit. There should still be some left over inside there. Apply some to both C and D. Okay, now D comes as a full-length wire. I believe it's, shit, I don't even know, this is more than 50, probably a 70 centimeter. For now I'm going to attach the full-length wire, but we'll be trimming it down later to about 12 centimeters. Okay, for right now, I'm going to take these wires, this ridiculously long blue one, stick it right down through that hole and pull it through the other side. Hooked under the heatsink there. And we'll stuff the yellow one down there as well. We haven't made it to that point in the video yet, so these wires are going to attach to that V3 QSB. Now we're going to install the green and the brown wires. Now these are the ones that probably aren't going to be long enough if you use the same placement as me. If you have the latest version of the Trinity QSB, it attaches to these points and it fits out a lot further, and it makes it to where these wires are the right length. But like this green wire is supposed to go from point E, and it's supposed to go over to well, it's supposed to reach over here, and it clearly does not, so we're gonna have to make our own wire for that.